Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. I do apologize. I was a couple minutes late. I went to log on my iPad, and Facebook was asking me to change my password, and I was like, it has never asked me that. So I'm just going to skip it for now and deal with it later. Try to figure that out in a little bit, not right when my Facebook Live is supposed to start. So hopefully you guys have had a good day. I spent 99% of my day out in the craft room, and it was amazing. I am doing a sweet swap with a couple other demonstrator friends of mine, so I was able to work on that today, and it was super fun. I sent a picture to my daughter, and I think she's responding, but I'll read it later. So another fun thing that happened today is when I came out this morning, I got ready for the Facebook Live, designed my card, prepped it and everything, brought it out to my table, and a few hours later, my girlfriend Kathy came over and hand gave me my Christmas card. Well, I didn't open it until I went into the house because that's where all my Christmas cards are, and I put them on a little rack as soon as I get one. So I opened it up, and lo and behold, it is literally the same card we are doing on our live tonight. Not the exact, the design is the same, not the whole front of it. We're not doing, well, I guess we are kind of doing a Christmas card. But I was like, that's kind of cool that we both designed the same exact card, and I'm creating that one for tonight's live. Okay, let's scoot you over, and we will get crafting. Hopefully it is live on my iPad. I did hear it go off, but who knows right now. Not 100% sure if things are working right because it did ask me to sign in. Everything is showing that we are live, so if you can hear and see me, definitely send me a message so I know we are live. But let me show you the set we're going to be playing with first. So the Kindest Gnomes is the stamp set we're going to be using, and I'm not using any of these images. I'm just going to use the You Know Me So Well. I just wanted something tiny because the card is a little bit busy. So I just wanted a little tiny piece of a sentiment on there. And then the gnome dies we're going to be using as well. I used this guy. I'm going to pull that out, and I used this one. So those are the only two I use because I want to show you what it does with the designer series paper. So if you're commenting, I definitely can't see it because it's still not showing up on my news feed. So I just refreshed it so maybe it will show up eventually. Technology and me, we do not work so well together 99% of the time, but that's okay. Okay, so let me pull in, I already have them pulled out. So this is the designer series paper, and the gnomes actually cut out the designer series paper, so you don't have to fussy cut these. So all of the dies will come in, and if you line them up, they will cut them out. That's not that guy. So this one might not go to this set, but these two definitely do. And then the little mushroom houses, this cuts out the little mushrooms, so you don't have to fussy cut or color. So that's what makes this card is so much fun. The deer on here, it doesn't have a die, so I did fussy cut a couple of the deer out for the card we're going to be making. But it actually is a pretty big image, so it wasn't tragic to fussy cut. I'm going to see if I can get comments on my iPad or my phone versus my iPad. So let's just see. Okay, yep, I definitely can see it on my phone. So I'm just going to bring my phone over and I'll try to read comments from there. Good evening, Heather. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. Okay, so let's get all that out of the way and let me bring in the card. So this is the card we're going to be doing. Remember how I said it was a little busy? It is definitely busy, but I wanted to use all of the aspects of the designer series paper on one card. And then there's a little surprise when you open it up. So you're going to open it, and you're not going to see the surprise quite yet. You kind of see something tucked onto the bottom, but then when you flip this over, you can put a little gift card in there. So it's kind of like a little peekaboo gift card holder. So it can sit like this. You could put something at the bottom of it, like a one of these birds, little circled birds. You could definitely put one here, and it would sit like that. But I thought it was super cute, fun, and definitely something different. And you can see the designer series paper on the bottom as well. So that is what I'm going to show you guys how to make. So I know I did a card like this with the same dimensions a couple days ago, maybe it was last week. And I did the same exact dimensions on this card. So I have a piece that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it twice. I scored it at 2 1/4 and 4.5. So what I'm going to do, good evening, Valerie. My phone is not showing me. I keep having to refresh my phone to see who's commenting. I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to take this piece that has a score mark on it, and I'm going to fold it backwards. There we go. And this is our mechanism. So the last card we did was the double Z fold, and it went like this. So this one is going to go vertical instead of horizontal. Okay, so let's bring in the designer series paper. So I have a piece, and this is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, and this is out of the Gnome designer series paper as well. So it's the same design. And I just want to kind of line this up to where I'm going to want to put this on my card. So I'm just going to make sure I have all the same, all the sides are the same. And I want to bring in a smidgen of ribbon. So I'm only doing this a little bit wonky because I want to make sure it gets in the center. So I could have pre-cut this as well. So I'm just going to cut a strip. Usually I wait and cut it after I'm done. But I want to put a mini glue dot on just one edge. And I want this ribbon to go in the center of these two pieces. So I'm just going to lay this on here. Hopefully it doesn't stick to anything. And that looks like it's pretty good in the center. So I'm just going to lift this up and tuck it around. And now I can lift it up and put another mini glue dot on this side. And then I'm just going to even this up. There we go. That looks pretty even. So now we can glue this down. Yep, this is the glue. My other one, I need a little pin to poke on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Tombow, and I'm just going to gently put some in the center. I don't want to go all the way to the side, the top, and I don't want to go too close to the bottom. And I'm probably using a little bit more than what needs to be, but this is really the only thing that's holding this card together. So now I'm going to come in, and I'm going to lay this down. And I'm just going to make sure it is lined up again. And you have a little bit of wiggle room when you're using the Tombow. So that's why I like to use it. Because sometimes my things aren't super duper straight. So there, that is done. So one more wonky step that we're going to do before I start assembling all of the front of it. I want to grab a couple mini glue dots, and I want to put them up underneath the ribbon. This is just going to help hold the little birds that we're going to put on. It just keeps it from the ribbon not lifting. So there's that. So now we can start to put our little guys on. So I have the little deer, the gnome, and the mushroom. I apparently cut an extra mushroom out, but we don't need it. So I'm going to flip all these guys over, add some dimensionals to it. And if you did watch my Facebook Live back in, October, you did see how I made the gift card holder thing for the inside. But I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys again. And it's probably overkill on the dimensionals, but It's your card. You can put as many as you want on there. So we're going to peel all of these guys off. There we go. And I'm going to start by putting the mushroom down first. I'm going to put the mushroom in the center. I'm going to come over, put the little gnome down at the bottom. And this cute little deer is going to go right on that side. You see how nice and convenient it is when you don't have to color? I love coloring sometimes. I should rephrase that. I don't enjoy coloring all the time. I have to be in a mood. And today I wasn't in the mood to color. So it just makes it a million times easier to put your card together when you can just chop it out of the designer series paper. Let Stampin' Up! Do all the work for you. So there's that. And our last step is to do our little sentiment. And I have a piece of our basic white. And I'm just going to stamp this. You know me so well. Close that up because that's all the stamping we're going to do. And I did bring in a retired punch. You can definitely tell how old this guy is because they don't even make or sell the whale tail punches anymore. But why give it up if it still works? So I punched that out and I kind of thought it was just a little too big. So I brought in my paper snips and I'm just freehand cut the top and the bottom. So now it kind of looks, it just have the little rounded edges. There is no right or wrong way to make a card. Kind of like Darlene says, I got her Christmas card and it literally made me laugh because she stamped on the wrong side and she still milled it out and I loved it. And the funnier thing is I did the same thing today. I stamped a sentiment upside down and I sent her a picture of it because she had just done it as well. So there is our card. So now we can start working on the little mechanism for the inside. So bring in your scoring tool or your scoring board. And I have another piece of designer series paper and this measures 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Yep, 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to put it up at the 3 1/2 inch side, and I'm going to score this a couple times. I'm going to score it every 3/4 of an inch. So the first one is going to be at 3/4 of an inch. The next one is going to be at 1 1/2, 2 1/4, and then 3 inches. So every 1/4 of an inch. Set this down so it doesn't fall off my table. And we can now come in and crease those edges. Go ahead and crease all 4 or 5 of these score lines. There's 5. Last one. Perfect. And you could really even use this side if you wanted to, but I'm just going to stick with this side, the flower, or the snowflakes. Okay, so now I need to grab my gift card. Let me find out which card it's in. Don't you love my handy dandy Subway card? This card needs to go away. I need to just use it. So I'm going to line this up right at the edge, just making sure that I have about the same distance on each side. And I'm going to grab a piece of tear and tape. Set that on here again. He decided to move on me. And I just want to put a piece of tear tape on both edges. I'm going to flip this around just because it's easier for me to put the adhesive on. There we go. So this is on that little tiny 1/2 inch flap. Peel this off. And then I'm going to go ahead and just close this flap. There we go. So now we didn't put adhesive right here. So now your gift card will sit nice and pretty right there. So let's bring this in, and you just want to make sure that this is on the back. So let me put that gift card back in there really quick. So you just want to make sure this piece is going to be attached to the back. So what I did is I went ahead and laid it flat, and you can leave the gift card in here just so you can have a visual. And I'm going to put some tear tape along the back, peel this off, and I'm going to tuck it up into the edge as close as I can get. And then you just want to make sure you have the same side, the same amount on both sides, and then we're going to close this. And then once we open it, you see how it kind of flips up a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. We're going to put a piece of tear tape along the bottom. This is what's going to glue your gift card holder to your card. And then we're just going to close it. So there you go. There is your Peekaboo gift card holder that is inside. So since I did use colored cardstock, and this is Pool Party, I did cut a piece of 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 piece of our basic white, and I'm just going to glue that on the inside. And now you have somewhere to write your sentiments. So there you go. Look how easy and fun that Peekaboo gift card holder is. And I did bring in 2 in to make, but I don't know if we're going to be able to make both of them. So I'm going to bring in the extra bird. And I want to put a dimensional on here because I kind of wanted to show you what I was talking about when I said you could put something right at, not quite in the middle, probably down just a hair. And now your card will, well, it's supposed to stay on there. Maybe it's not quite big enough, but that's the concept, is it will rest on that little piece right there. So it could be a centerpiece or a placemat or a placeholder. So that is your guys' card for tonight. I did do all of the dimensions before I did the live. So if you want the dimensions on how to make this, it is on there. Or you can just rewatch the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, I got to figure out my computer and all of this lovely stuff. I would say it was the weather, but it is pretty chilly outside, but we don't have any rain or wind or anything. So I don't know why it isn't showing up. But anyway, I will be back on Thursday for another live. And don't forget, if you're not on my Facebook, I'll send an email about it tomorrow. But Thursday is free shipping. So if you're a demonstrator and you haven't placed your pre-order yet, this is the perfect time to do it because we get all the stuff from the new catalog and it will be free shipping. So this is a great deal. Even if you're not a demonstrator, you can still place for this catalog, our large catalog, the clearance rack. There's so much stuff on there that's on sale right now. I was just on before I went live, and there's still some amazing stuff on the clearance rack. But if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.